I found that when I monitor my feelings, in the moment of impact, I noticed another important component, another quality. You can't, it is prohibited to use your willpower. If you use your willpower, you work for a bougie family. Keep this in mind. We don't use willpower, we use the power of perception. I'll give you an example. I'm talking to this guy. He's a diver. He dives really deep. And as usual, I ask him a question. How long can you hold your breath for? I can do 90 seconds. I'm a hero. And he said, I can do 6. And I mean, I'm a loser if you look at him. And he says, well, you know, I'm not the best guy because we have guys who can do 7, 9, 10 minutes of holding their breath. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? How can you do this? I mean, 90 seconds and you feel like your eyes will pop out of your sockets, but, you know, how can you hold your breath for 3 minutes? And he says, super simple. In a couple of classes, you can do it. And I say, that's impossible. And I say, well, one of the components that gives this is when you stop breathing, what do you do when you want to breathe? I say, well, I use my willpower. I tense up and I hold on. He says, no, you got to do the opposite. You gotta relax your body and hold your breath in. And when you want to tense up, you relax. When you want to tense up again, you relax again. And the farther you go, the more you relax. You hear this? The micro and the macro are the same. When you affect a person, let's say you want to improve their health, and you express your intent, you observe the model, and you don't care how the model operates. No, I forbid you from tampering with the model. You are an observer. You are observing the model. It doesn't matter, is it light from above? Or do you drain the negative out as dirt and you throw it into the ground? You, 80-10-10, you're an observer of what's going on and you don't care if you can focus or not. Your image, is it crisp and clear or is it blurry? And the second you get rid of the dirt, it's back there again. You shouldn't care at all. You know, I trained here. I started small. I started with my patients. And you know, I think I work with cats as well, but not enough, mostly with people. And I found that when I agree that I can be successful or I can be not successful, and I focus more on maintaining my 80-10-10 attention breakdown, and I don't use my willpower, and I just observe the image that I'm being given. And what is important is to express intent, which is not an intent but a sensation that you want to experience when this takes place the way you imagined it. The feeling, you care about the feeling. You know what's most important? The feeling is always the same. Buy a house, buy a car, recover, get married, get divorced, go abroad, get a citizenship, make $1 billion. The feeling is always the same. It's good, it's calm. That's it. Always the same. There's nothing else. What am I telling you this for? We'll talk about finance a bit later. So if we have an intent as a feeling, we have an 80-10-10 attention breakdown, we have a model through which we do this, we have an observer state without willpower that is linked. Don't use willpower. You say, what? How do I do this? Do this physically, but not mentally or psychologically. When you start forcing yourself to do something emotional, you drain the energy from the future. And the result you get is good for no one. You're not there. It's like an athlete. At the age of 40, they're handicapped or they're dead at 35, but they have 5-10 gold medals. So they got the result now because they took the energy from the future by engaging willpower. So if you want to avoid processing that energy through other schemes, you will have to learn to become an observer. Because we don't care about the result. We care about the state within the result.